Hello, my name is Aiden Smith, and to start off, I'd like everyone to close their eyes and sort of picture in your head a cat. Now, when you're thinking of this cat, I want you to imagine some of its mannerisms. Is it running around? Is it sleeping? Is it just skulking you, trying to stare at you? Is it eating? Is it looking out the window, trying to catch bugs, looking at birds, or anything like that? And once you have this kind of clear image in your mind of what this cat is and what it's doing, you can go ahead and open them. Now, what did you see? Did you see the cat running around, perhaps chasing a little red dot? Did you see maybe the cat scratching on your favorite sofa or something like that? Now, as true as these assumptions might be, there are actually a lot of misconceptions about cats, whether that's uh, the positives of declawing them or their social situation, how friendly they are, how lonely they are, what they usually do, what pretty much all cats are like, and that's what we're going to be addressing today. Kind of a little bit about some of the misconceptions about cats in general. Now, I understand what you're thinking. What do I know about cats? I have been living with cats for about all of my life, all close to 21 years of my life. This is my cat Juno. She is an American Shorthair. I've had her for about a couple months now. She is close to about a year, but again, I've been living with cats for about my entire life. Um, she's a cutie. Her and her sister Misty live with me, um, but I digress. Uh, we're going to first start off with decline. Now, this is the anatomy of a claw of a cat's claw. Now, a lot of people think decline doesn't really have that much effect on cats. That it simply just prevents them from scratching up on your stuff, prevents them from, you know, destroying things around the house, prevents them from really hurting you when they're playing with you and such like that. But what a lot of people don't understand is that when you declaw a cat, you're not just removing this claw bit here, you're actually removing this whole bone and this tendon as well. So, as a human, you would be removing essentially the very tip of your finger, right? A lot of people think that, oh, you're just removing its fingernail, and that's not true. You are removing the entire tip of your finger when you declaw your cat. The only thing that this does is demotivate them to play around. It demotivates them to not just play around, but interact with pretty much anything at all. It having their claws and being able to scratch on stuff is a great de-stressor for them. And the fact that so many people believe declawing doesn't really have any negative effects is a bit sad in the first place. Next thing we're going to talk about is a lot of the bad luck stigmatism about black cats in particular. Now, luck is an entire different talk, but the misconception is that when you have a black cat, when it walks past you, it's going to give you some bad luck, and that's just not true. Um, what unfortunately this leads to is a majority of black cats are in shelters are put down because of their unadoptability, and which this is unfortunate due to the fact that black cats are just like any other cat. Of course, every personality of a cat is defined by the cat, its experiences, but unfortunately, that leads to a lot of black cats not being adopted. Next, we're going to go over sort of the loner stigmatisms about cats and how they're seen as antisocial, how they only think about themselves, and that's simply not true. Cats are one of the most friendly animals on this planet. They will love on you. They will rub up on you and constantly show you affection. The problem is people don't understand is that they don't know how to read a cat's love language. Um, a lot of people assume that cats are just like dogs. They're gonna jump up and down. They're gonna jump on you and start smiling and panting and getting all excited. Their tail's gonna start going crazy, but that's not true at all. They're a completely different species. Um, Now, a couple of the ways to see if a cat loves you that some people may not know it is its tail. In fact, looking at a cat's tail is a very good indicator of what it's feeling. So, such as when it's walking up to you and it has its tail sort of up and then maybe like a curl at the end. It's either very curious or it's happy to see you. Now, if the tail is completely straight up, it is very alert. It is not maybe not scared, but very, very alert. And those are just two examples of what might to look for. Another thing is when they rub against you with their head. If they're rubbing up the side of their face against you, they're kind of putting their scent on you. They have little scent receptors, sort of like right in this area, that kind of like put their scent on you. Now, if they that's not only just scent, it might also be a love as well. But if you really want to know if they're rubbing on you with the top of their head, this area, they love you a lot. They trust you more than anything. Going on, we're going to go over some of the positive misconceptions about cats as well. A lot of people think that every cat is going to lay on you. It's going to be completely cool with being picked up and being pets and being scratched and giving all this attention to it. And that's not true either. Every single cat is different. Every single cat offers its own personality, offers its own way to give affection. Some cats don't even like being touched at all. They simply like to be in the same room as you, and that's their level of affection. Um, Another thing is the sort of stigmatism around purring. A lot of people think that if the cat's purring with you, that means it's very happy, it's very content, and that may not be true as well. Um, a cat purring could simply mean that it's just having a lot of emotion right now. It could be very scared. It could be very angry. Purring is a response to a very strong emotion. So it's not always just a good thing. Um, there are thousands of other misconceptions about cats and how they feel, how they treat people. And as unfortunate as that is, what really needs to be done is to simply get a cat. Now, if you're allergic, I'm not going to tell you to get a cat, obviously, but if you really want to know what a cat's like, then the only way to do that is to get a cat yourself. Cats are not these antisocial loner creatures. They are creatures that are filled with love and emotion and personality that you simply can't find anywhere else. Um, it's sad to see so many misconceptions about cats as such an avid cat lover as myself, but um, we really need to figure out what they're like. The only way to do that is to live with them. Uh, I hope that some attention has been brought to cats in general. I hope you can leave here today maybe with a little bit of your misconceptions about cats perhaps change, whether it's deep clawing or purring or how they choose to show affection or along those lines. I thank you for coming and I hope you have a wonderful day.